them find an 8.
Oh,
they
wow.
can. Wow. And they hit a queen.
bingo.
Oh, they hit quads.
That's rude.
Could this be it? Could this be it? It is it. $10,000. Oh, ace king versus ace 8. There's an 8 though. It is a king.
Ball.
And it's over.
That's a magic trick.
Hello, and welcome to Magic Monday. We're not canceled. I was just kidding. But it is a magical day. We're still here. That's why it's magical. Nick Wealthall, David Tuckman calling the action for 8-8 Poker. It is the $100,000 mystery bounty main event final table. And somebody's going to walk home with a lot of money. Nick, how are you, my friend?
I'm great. Must be a 0% chance we get cancelled during the broadcast. That must be true every time. We're always walking a high wire. But it's good to see you. Good to see you, chat. Welcome. I hope you've had a lovely Monday. If you haven't, this is where it turns round. This is where things get magical.
Without a doubt. There's no doubt about it. But you got to believe. You know, it's kind of like Tinkerbell. You have to believe.
There's no magic without belief.
Right. Good. True story. Without a doubt. How was your weekend, my friend?
It was very good, thank you. Yeah, it was very good. Actually didn't go away or have anyone here for the first time in about 10 weekends. So
that's nice.
Me and our wife could share our thought with each other. That filled about 8 minutes. And then the rest of the time we just kind of chilled out.
Right, but you didn't have to deal with anybody else, which is really nice.
Exactly, for once.
That's more important. One of these 8 players is going to walk home with the hardware, my folks, my friends. $8,100 up top, plus, of course, whatever they won in bounties. And none of the big bounties went to our final tablists. Brown Brit locked up $1,000. Laser Mammoth snagged the 10K bounty. They finished in 24th. But there is one $1,000 bounty left, which is worth mentioning. We do have a free roll for you. Password is coming soon. We also have 7 $109 tickets to give away. For those of you that are in the UK, and I know we have a big UK audience, how many of you guys watched that amazing NFL game in London? And how many of you watched it and said, why do people like this sport?
It was the actual worst. Honestly, so for some weird combination of reasons, mainly because it was on the background and I was doing something else, I had most of it on. And I think it's the worst American football game I've ever watched. So we see an all-in and a call, and the all-in player hits an ace. Yeah,
they're going to win this one. King 10 drawing dead. So pot checker going for the $1,000 bounty, looking for an elimination. But Dijon, 96, doubles up to 1.4 million. And now we only have one real short stack. That is Ducati in the bottom center, who unfortunately for them is sitting out.
Yeah, that's makes it quite hard to turn your short stack into a bigger stack, in my experience.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, I watched only a little bit of it, right? I was early in the morning out here in LA, but I was up with my kids and I watched like a very little bit, and I was just like, there's nobody who watches this game and goes, oh, NFL looks awesome.
I know.
I'm a fan now.
Also, you should know that the UK games, the tickets are crazy expensive as well. So, like, it really, really didn't do well for the sport, that one.
Yeah, I feel like the NFL should rebate those. What were they thinking? Why would they think, hey, let's have the Jets go there? That'll be entertaining. Said nobody, ever.
It's true, unfortunately, for you.
I don't mean, at this point, who cares? I mean, it's just like, they're so bad that you can't even care.
I know, but it's sad, isn't it? When your team, I mean, as a Liverpool fan, we had years where we didn't win anything, and it's like very tedious. And you guys are in such a drought. It's very boring. The
only saving grace, and I wish it wasn't a saving grace because it's something that's amazing. It's one thing that I do think that European sports gets done well. Is that there's an evacuation warning for my house. So I should be fine. There might be a mudslide, but it's totally fine. If I wash away everybody, that'll make awesome content. You guys should clip it.
If you wash away in a mudslide while talking nonsense instead of commentating on poker when you're getting paid to commentate on poker. I think it would be a really fitting end. That's definitely how I want to go.
Honestly, it's exactly how I want to die. Okay.
Yeah.
I do believe the one thing that European sports gets right is relegation.
There's consequences if you're bad, basically.
Yeah. Now, I mean, unfortunately, the financial aspects of American sports dictates that'll never happen because the owners would never go for it because they've just spent too much money on these teams and the stadiums and everything. But that would be amazing. Like, I would love to see the Jets just relegated to like they have to play in the Canadian Football League instead.
Right. Work your way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, it's a different organizing principle. American sport was organized as a business entity. As we see the eights move in here, I don't think there's going to be any action, even though it's not a big all-in. American sport was organized as a money-making entity. The NFL is a business, which creates franchises, which could create another franchise if it wanted, whereas club football in Europe, although it's become a big business, has its roots in something more organic, you know?
Right, which is what part of, like I said, I mean, there are some aspects of European sports that I don't enjoy, and I think Americans do better. But that, and I love like the FA Cup. Like, I love the fact that like you, me, Hayden, Joey, Wendy, Lime, and 5 others can make a team. And somehow, if we're good enough, we can get through and play in the FA Cup and play against Liverpool.
In theory, that is true.
Which is just so cool.
I don't feel like we're going to do that, but if we tried, you just don't know, do you?
You never know. I love the fact that in theory, it could actually happen.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Magic Monday. It could be truly magical, especially if a mudslide happens. So my phone went off. Public safety alert. Emergency message.
You're about to die.
Evacuation warning issued for the Eaton Fire burn scar area due to possible mud or debris flow. Get set for possible evacuations.
Quantum Criminal says Magic Mud Day, which I think is good.
Well played.
Very quick as well.
Yeah. For those of you wondering why that might happen, well, all the brush and the trees and the things that would stop mud from flowing down a mountain, well, they're gone because the fire. So.
And it's sad, isn't it? Because a mudslide initially, that sounds like a fun concept.
Super fun.
So less so when your house gets twatted.
If it happens, I'm moving to Europe. But if it does happen, I'm moving to Europe.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That's it. I'm done. I'm throwing in my towel.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Lime Ricky points out, she's like, oh, whatever. We get landed mudslides every rain season in Costa Rica. Exactly.
It'll probably be fine.
I'm sure.
So what you loved about the FA Cup is, of course, what we love about poker, and it isn't talked about enough in poker. There's no barrier to entry. The only barrier to entry is a financial barrier. You can literally play poker with the best people in the world if you have the same entry money or cash buying as they do. And that's always been one of the massive attractions of poker as a game.
It's so friggin' cool that
Really
you
cool.
can sit down with the absolute best in the world, you know?
And you can compete on even terms. And obviously it's not even because they have a skill edge, but you have a chance to beat them. That's what's always been magical about poker. You have a chance to beat them, which you do not have in other sports or games.
And I will tell you that you have a better chance to beat the best poker player in the world than Nick, myself, Hayden, Joey, Lime, and Wendy have of winning the FA Cup.
I think that's good analysis.
Yeah. Well,
From
you
a game
still
theoretical
probably
point of view. I think that was UCO optimal.
Right, you probably won't be the best player in the world in poker, but you could because there's a lot of luck involved. Not as much luck, obviously.
Exactly. So Ace Queen with an interesting decision here as to how to play. They'll probably shove, but not necessarily.
Wow, they do let it go.
I didn't see fold as an option.
I think given the positions of the open and the 3-bet, I think that's a bit too tight. The problem is that your open on the button is just not going to get the respect it probably deserves in that spot. Like Ace Queen is way better than you need to have in that spot to raise. So somebody can be 3-betting for value with a worse hand, and in that case, they actually were. I mean, if Brown Bird is doing that with King Queen, what are they doing with Ace Jack, Ace 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You just got to, so in general, you don't have to worry a lot about being balanced or not being exploitable in a lot of poker until you play really good players. However, you definitely don't want big leaks or big tendencies that are exploitable. So if you're opening the button and then folding hands as strong as ace queen offsuit, that is a leak in your game. That is going to cost you money because you're trying to steal the blinds and antes, but actually what you're doing is you're turning value hands into a bluff when you fold to 3 bets in that spot. So you've got to be very careful with that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, if somebody's folding their button opens with ace queen, I can 3-bet with just impunity out of the small blind.
3-bet with impunity, David. Go on.
I will do it. Everybody, free roll starts in 19 minutes. That's right. We're just going to give you money. No, you've got to play in a free poker game. And if you get lucky and you play well and the cards go your way, you might win some money. It's $500 in cold hard cash being given away. And the free word, as made by the one and only Lime Rookie, is obviously, guys, Can Thanks 888. CANTHX 888. Can Thanks 888. CANTHX 888. And it's for obvious reasons.
Yeah, obviously. I don't know what the reasons are, David. I'm going to be straight with you. I don't know what the reasons are.
Lime, what does Can Thanks 888 go for? What does that mean? Why? Oh, it's Canadian
Thanksgiving.
Look at this. We learn here.
Wait. Well, I'm about to learn. What is Canadian Thanksgiving? What are you giving thanks for?
It's Thanksgiving, but it's in Canada. I mean, this is not hard, Nick.
Yeah, but the Americans were giving thanks for specific stuff, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, yes, the Americans were really thankful that the indigenous tribes here just gave away their land, and we're okay with just being, raped and pillaged.
Yeah, they're cool with it. Did Canada just copy it because it's a good holiday, or is there a Canadian? Is there a thing that I'm asking? Because I don't know. Is there a Canadian thing that they're thankful for? Anyone? I know we've got Canadians in the chat, as well as Lime. I'm claiming you have just found an excuse for an extra holiday.
Well, hello. There's like a million holidays like that, right?
Right.
Why not? Jamie Pugh says, I was 16th to register the free roll. Do I win a prize? You do, my friend. You win our admiration and our respect. Well done, Jamie.
About 1/3 cent of equity in the free roll.
Boom. Dijon 96 doubled up earlier and now turns the nuts. And wow, what a run out this was. Now, this might be a little bit much.
It was. Turbo fold. From,
you go 3x pot with a one-liner to a straight. I don't know. Hello, Player Queller. Hello, Champagne Poker. Hello, Your Dice Game. See you. Leo Gygek, of course. Hello, Sleepy the Old. Murph 9993. I want to welcome all of you. How are you feeling, by the way? Are you better?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually not, and I'm really pretty annoyed about it, but I'm not going to let it come into the show. I wasn't going to mention it.
You're such a pro. Everybody's assumed you were healthy.
Well, look at me. I'm in my prime, but yeah, I've still got the same. I'm pretty sure it was COVID, to be honest, but it's still hanging around a bit, which is very annoying. But I'm happy to be here because it's cheering me up. Lots of good thankings. Leo Gygek is thankful for not being. Says the Canadians are thankful for not being Americans. Player Quiller is thankful for being alive. Champagne Poker is thankful for free healthcare. This is a beautiful thing. Please feel free to enter your thanks in the chat now.
Love it. Top pair here for Brown Brett. By the way, we had kind of a fake. I don't know if you guys noticed this. It went from to big blinds for about 4 seconds and then went back. Mm-hmm. And now it's back to big blinds again.
Okay, good. So now we can start covering the poker because obviously you and I just literally aren't capable of doing it until we know the big blinds.
In all fairness,
Impossible.
it was a really weird game so far because Dokari is super short and sitting out.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, isn't it? Because the players, I mean, the money jump's not big, but also you've got a player that's just going to blind out. So it's a little bit odd.
Wow. And Brown Brit's like, whatever. You got the flush, you got the flush. I got 2 pair, I'm not folding. Pot checker. Obviously not going to call that. And Brown Brit back up to 48, 3 big blinds. And Brown Brit has locked up the most bounties. There is a $1,000 bounty still up for grabs, everybody. We also have 7 $109 tickets to give away. We'll do it the normal, silly way.
Smokey is also thankful for living. Jamie Burr is thankful for toast with butter. Good shout. Butter is the food of life. Parabellum is thankful for Dave and Nick on a Monday. You've just won 3
Well
tickets.
done.
You haven't, but you should have. Amelian's thankful for tickets generally, even if they go to other people. Doc Matuj is thankful for my daughters. Jamoki is thankful for Astroglide, which I believe is a video game or something.
It's yes. Of course, it's a video game. Yes.
Sleepy the Old became a grandfather today. There's something to be thankful for. Congratulations, Sleepy. Well
That's
done.
amazing. Shout out, hey, your granddaughter or grandson's name. We'll give them their first shout out.
Imagine that. Their first shout out.
You should probably save this clip.
This will be for forever.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for finding us on a Monday. Nick Wealthall, David Tuckman here. Again, 7 $109 tickets. Nettie says, I'm thankful I've got a lovely cat.
You're the same way, David. You were just saying that before we came on air.
I have 2 lovely cats.
Mm-hmm.
I do have 3 cats, but I have 2 lovely ones.
Thankful for 2.
I am thankful for 2.
The other one, you're hoping for a small localized mudslide.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Hey, Snickers, let's go outside for a minute. Let's see what's going on in the dirt.
Paolo Andre says, we have a player who forgot today would be the main event. Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? Because they've been sitting out right from the start. So that makes it a lot less likely it's a connection problem and a lot more likely they've overslept or had to go into work or something. Don't know.
Yeah. Wow. That sucks.
Parabellum says, please call the child Sleepy the Young. I mean, that's excellent. That needs to happen.
It's a boy, but has not been given a name yet. Wow.
Sleepy the Young.
No,
Bingo.
I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Do people do that? How long do you wait to get a name?
Can't wait that long, can you? I don't think. But you can. I think you can wait a few days. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's your kid. I think you probably wait as long as you want.
I mean, conventionally.
No,
It's a bit embarrassing if they're like 6.
Right. I will say that. So my oldest one, for the first several hours, the official name on their little card was just Baby Boy Bearer, and Bearer was my wife's maiden name. It was Baby Boy Bearer.
Okay.
Which, while we had some other names in the line, we actually thought that was pretty good, so we kept it. His friends love it.
Baby Boy Bearer.
Yep.
3 Bs.
Pair of aces here for Funky. Funky Monkey. Everybody should get their Funky Monkey on. Let's do it. Free roll, by the way, starts in 10 minutes. Again, the password is CanThanks888 for the Canadian Thanksgiving. Is that officially today, Lime?
It's on a Monday.
I mean, today is it is what was originally Columbus Day in America, and I believe it's now Indigenous Peoples Day.
Okay.
I don't know what they call it anymore. I'm not going to lie. Oh, look at this ace. Why that is such a tight fold. Funky Monkey bet the flop and you got raised and just folded an ace. Blind on blind. Like, oh.
It is possible because we've seen a couple of tight folds. It is possible our players are taking ICM a bit far, just because there's a player blinding out with 2 big blinds.
I guess so.
Actually, there aren't really massive ICM considerations. I mean, 8th place is $750 and 7th place is $1,000.
Right, getting
holding
on to come in 7th instead of 8th is not the what we're going for here.
That's correct. It's definitely not the mission. Oh, exciting news from Murph. Apparently there's a lot of NHL games on today, David, because of Thanksgiving.
I have monitors on each side of me. So if I don't pay attention to you more than normal, because I never really pay attention to you. If I don't pay attention to you more than normal, that's what I'm watching.
Do you have a tremendous amount of money at risk?
$200.
$200?
Yeah.
You'll keep us updated.
I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
I'm a professional, my friend. I have no idea.
I understand that, but people want to know if they want to follow your bets.
Guys, the hockey game's going on in the other room. I would never, ever, ever pay attention to it, okay? Hold on one second. I just got to check something.
Just got to check the script for the next part.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Champagne Broker says Canadian Thanksgiving is always on the second Monday of October. There you go. Well, happy Thanksgiving to all of our lovely Canadians.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I've learned something. Although I probably haven't learned anything because this is almost, given we broadcast on a Monday, this has almost certainly happened before. And I've just completely forgotten everything about it.
Right.
Oops.
Almost definitely. Lots of 7s out there.
Hey, that's like a slot machine jackpot or something.
Why are we going all in here?
Because we're winning. We've got the best hand, David. You can't win if you don't bet.
Okay.
That was low key one of the craziest bets we've seen in a really sort of under the radar way.
I mean, it was just like I mean, you genuinely. I mean, I guess if your opponent randomly has like 4s, maybe they think about it. But even then, I don't know. They might fold 4s.
What's that? That was 27 blinds to win 7 blinds with basically
the nuts.
The nuts. I mean, wow. We'll keep an eye on that. Clearly, Dejan does not want to be outdrawn.
And the random time that pot checker has Jack 7 instead of Jack 8 there, you just step in it, and that's the end of it. Kind of a weird play. We always talk about if you're playing poker, you don't want to force your opponent to play perfect. And when you go like 4x pot like that, you basically do force your opponent to not there's just no creativity. They can't make a mistake because they can't bluff you. They just have to have it. Now, the only time that might change, I would say, is if you have a ton of history with a particular player and maybe you 4x bluff them earlier at some point, they knew that. But you have to have a lot of history with a particular player to make that work. More often than not, they're just going to make the correct fold.
Ex Merciless says he has PTSD with jacks. I mean, that is a defensible
absolutely
problem.
I get it. I get it. You want it over.
Yeah. I just can't lose with jacks again. I can't I can't deal with it.
So Dakari, it says 0 big blinds, but I'm not sure if they're all in or if they have maybe 0.1 left behind. We'll find out right here.
Yeah. Our chip leader calls because, they might be worth $1,000.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if they're actually technically all in or not. I mean, if they are, Funky Monkey and Pot Checker each have top pair. Pot Checker's going to bet 3 big blinds. Funky Monkey, I imagine they're all in here because they still have their cards.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I think you're right. So we're probably going to see the unfortunate Dakari. We don't know the story, but they never turned up.
Oh, this could be interesting here. It's a very wet board. Funky Monkey moves all in. I'm not sure if Pot Checker folds top pair. We can obviously see the Funky Monkey with King 10. But, you've got flush draws, straight draws out there. It's a very dynamic board. And pot checker might be curious, especially considering it's 14 big blinds to call. It does make the call. There's a third club. The river's the jack, and the king 10 holds.
Yeah, lovely spot for Funky Monkey.
Yeah, not only wins a huge pot, but also eliminates Dokari. And they will take home an extra $140. Well played, Funky Monkey.
Hey, that's a buy-in. This is a 109 buy-in event, so just that bounty is significant. Anytime you win a buy-in, that's a good return.
Oh, it's just like boom. Dijon 96 has, I want to say, quadrupled up since the start of this final table and was for a moment ready to talk deal. Now is ready to talk deal. If all remaining players have their blue handshake on, we'll pause the final table and they'll discuss deal. Very rarely happens with this many players left, though. Another top pair versus top pair situation. $13 big blinds in there already. Dijon, bet, and they called the raise. Does fold the turn.
Pedro says it's going to be a long show, not a sniff of a giveaway yet. What if it's a double bluff and we're going to give away all 7 $109 tickets with one keyword in about 8 minutes?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. Yeah. Tricks.
Yeah. I like this to be organic for me, so I don't know. I genuinely don't ask. I let the mayor and Lime decide. But I take the same cue, and I am picking up what you're putting down there.
Dijon with another shove.
Yeah, no crazy short stacks now. I mean, you have I can't do that. X in the bottom right corner with just 13.5 big blinds, but they're not like desperate at this point.
Yeah, players tend to play tight in final tables when it gets like this, but actually it's probably an incentive to be active because A, players tend to play tight, B, the money jumps aren't crazy yet, so 7th to 6th is only $400. I mean, obviously it's significant, but it's not anywhere like as big as it'll get in a couple more eliminations time. And you have a chance to actually build a stack because, you know, players do play tight at this point, but we don't often see people do it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like pocket nines in this spot, I'm going to pile it in.
You have less than 20 big blinds. I mean,
yeah. And to your point, I just think you really want to put yourself in a situation where, you know, you're going to get a top 4 score. The pay jumps in the top 4 are just so big. I mean, just to put this in perspective, the difference between 3rd and 4th is the same money as 6th. So you really want to get up there.
Yeah, exactly. So after saying nobody does it, it does look like You've Been Stacked is doing it. 2-3 bets back to back, and they take it down both times. Strong play.
Yeah, well, Pot Checker was our chip leader. They lost that to Brown Brit, but it is, as you pointed out, You've Been Stacked, who's been the most aggressive player. We'll see if they continue that with the Queen 8. I suspect that, they're going to pull that one back. Brown Brit probably going to raise here. And Bo Lady.
I've got an excellent London Things question.
Another one?
No, it's not as good as the last excellent one. It's just this one's more fun.
Okay.
I think the free roll's starting, David. What would be some of the attractions of playing in the free roll, do you think?
Well, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. You get your compete on. You get to learn a little bit about poker.
Sure.
Some camaraderie with your fellow competitors.
Yeah.
And
get a shout out here if you do well.
You might get a shout out here if you do well.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, you could win money.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's a free roll. and you could win your share of $500.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna flip the coin here for a moment, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
What are the downsides of a free roll?
They're too awesome. So you like end up hating paying for poker, maybe?
Yeah, okay.
Maybe there's that. I can't think of any others, David. I'd be right in there if I was someone in chat right now.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, even if I wasn't in chat and I couldn't hear my voice, I would still be in there.
Yeah.
Right. But if I didn't live here in the middle of a mudslide and I was capable of playing on this free roll, I would play it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that free roll that we just discussed is starting right now. So get in there, everybody. Password is CanThanks888. Once again, that's CanThx888 in honor of the beautiful people who live in Canada. It's actually in honor of the ugly people who live in Canada, too. I don't want to be...
Lookist.
Lookist, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah. Come one and all. Come fit, come ugly. All welcome.
Yeah. You can all play poker. What's up, Doc Batouche? What's up, Pedro? Let us know how you're doing. Hello, Twitch. You are welcome, my friend. Good luck to you.
Should we give away some tickets, David?
I think we should. We should.
Nice.
We
Do you
have
wanna ask me a
7 to
question?
give away.
Or shall I ask you a question?
I can ask you a question.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So here's what we're doing, people. Those of you that have watched the show before will know, but if you're new, we'd love you to win a ticket. They're $109 tickets for Play 88. Huge prizes. We've had people win hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. We'd love you to be the next one of those. All you need to do is guess the answer. You get one guess per person, one guess per player. You can play on YouTube chat or Twitch chat, but only guess once. If you guess more than once, you will be banned. 2 tickets to give away. They must be unique values. So if one person gets it bang on and second person gets it bang on, the second person doesn't win. It's the next closest. And you are trying to guess what I think the answer to the question is. Not what's on Google, not what's factually correct. I will give my best guess at the right answer to David's question, and whoever's closest wins. Good luck. David, what is the question? It's
a very easy one. It's one you probably know. So maybe in this case, Google will help you. Yeah, I mean, it's simple. Obviously, you knew about it already. It's in reference to Canadian Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Right, which obviously you're an expert in.
I'm an expert, sure.
Yeah.
I totally remembered it was today, yeah.
Right. Obviously, I mean, I think you actually sent a card to Lime, didn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
How many years ago was the first Canadian Thanksgiving celebrated? How many years ago was the first Canadian Thanksgiving celebrated, according to Nick Wealthall?
I don't even know the American one.
How many years ago was the first Canadian Thanksgiving celebrated? I have a feeling it's like 4.
Is this year number 1?
They were like, you know what? The Americans do this right. This is fun. Let's do this. Now, how many years ago was the very first Canadian Thanksgiving celebrated, everybody? According to Nick Wealthall, I will do I'll call the action here. Brown Brit with top pair. IX, by the way, with just 9 big blinds.
My answer is in.
His answer's in, folks. He cannot be influenced.
I cannot.
Nope. I am curious how many people in the chat knew the answer. Not your answer, but the actual answer without Googling it.
Oh, well, yeah, especially Canadians. Do they know? Because I'm terrible at stuff like that with British history, like dates and things.
Right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, in today's day and age, it's almost like I remember growing up and going to like history class where we learned, like we got tested on certain dates. Mm-hmm. And it just becomes, now you look at it and go, why did I waste my time? Like memorizing what date somebody did something. Who cares about the date?
And
it's
also,
not relevant.
we now live in an age, especially with LLMs, but even with the internet, but even more so with LLMs, where knowledge is no longer a valuable commodity.
No.
It's just like all knowledge is available instantly. So
No,
like,
the ability to
nowadays,
think though and problem solve
yeah,
is still incredibly valuable.
that's a different ball of wax, sure.
Right.
So after me saying our players get tight when the stacks are like this, they haven't been. Like,
No.
a lot of players 3-betting and attacking opening bets. Good to see.
Maybe they're listening to us. We're on a delay. They can't be listening to us. But you'd think that it was almost as if they got the cue. Like, you've been stacked. Notice what you said. And they started doing it. And everybody else is like, you know what? Yeah, let's be more aggressive.
We'd love to see it.
Now, by the way, I'll always say this. When they yin, you yang. When they zig, you zag. If the table around you starts to get more aggressive, well, that's when we tighten up a little bit. Because then invariably there will be a couple of knockouts and you can kind of slide into 5th and 4th place with a medium stack and then get busy when you pick up hands. Big hands here for you've been stacked. They've got the nuts. And on a paired board, Brown Brit probably thinks ace high is good.
Yeah, both these players have been aggressive, which means that they probably means they are more suspicious of other players. You'll find that with people that bluff tend to believe other people bluff more.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a sort of scary run out, but not really. I mean, blind on blind, ace 6 is just the best hand here so often. Contest is closed, everybody. If you didn't get your answer in, well, be quicker next time. We are going to give away 2 tickets right now. But we have plenty more giveaways if you don't win this one.
We do.
Bodwett's 20th in the free roll. Bodwett.
Nice start, Bodwett. Keep it going.
Yeah, it's kind of like leading a marathon in mile 1, but still, well done you. Go for it. 22 Zorro says, fun fact about Canada, we have more lakes than the rest of the world combined. Wow. That's a lot of lakes, especially considering Minnesota alone, the state of Minnesota, one of the United States' 50 states, has about 30,000 lakes. 30,000 lakes in one state.
I like the Finger Lakes, which is, of course, any lake that you take your girlfriend before you're old enough to have your own house. Sorry, I apologize.
You don't. You're not sorry at all.
Happier times.
Well done. IX with top pair here. They're going to play this as a check raise all in, I would imagine. No, they're going to check raise min and save 2.5 big blinds behind.
It's a subtle play. It doesn't work. Oh, that's a bit sad.
Moss Shark says, Canada is fishing paradise. Yeah, that's a true story. Minnesota as well, but Minnesota is basically Canada, let's be honest. It's right there.
David, we've got winners.
I love that.
Shall we award some tickets?
I think the people want that.
Ask me what the question was, and then I'll give you my answer in the traditional fashion.
There you go. Well, I asked you, you're a huge Canadian historian.
Very much so.
Yeah. How many years ago was the very first Canadian Thanksgiving celebrated? What was your answer and how'd you come up with it?
Well, as you know, David, the American Thanksgiving thing started somewhere around about in the past.
Yeah, back then.
Way back. I guessed that the American Thanksgiving stuff started around 1700 because that's when you guys started being a country.
Also not
sort of range.
Yeah. It's back then. We'll just keep going there.
Back then. And then I can only think, I know nothing about Canadian Thanksgiving, as has been apparent all show. I can only imagine some of the same groups of people populated the rest of North America and the tradition spread. So I sort of thought, well, it's going to be shortly after that, isn't it, that Canada started doing it. So my answer is 295 years ago.
Yeah, it's not a guess, folks. It's the exact right answer. Once again, Nick Wealthall knows what Nick Wealthall thinks. He has nailed it 295 years ago. And, well, happy birthday to Canadian Thanksgiving, 295 years old. If you guessed 295 or about that, you might have just won. In actuality, Wayne Noonan said 288, and Andy Barham said 300. Congratulations to both of you. Make sure your whispers are not set to private. Make sure that Lime Ricky can get to you. So get you your ticket. You have just each won a $109 ticket. Well done.
Really interesting fun fact about Canadian Thanksgiving. As J.M. Sellers pointed out, Canada was only created in 1867. And so they're one of the few countries that started a public holiday before the country was created, when they started Canadian Thanksgiving 295 years ago. Fascinating, right?
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is very cool. I like that.
I don't know why they did that, but they did.
Well, I mean, in theory, Thanksgiving here in the United States started before the country was actually created.
There you go. Same thing.
Right.
Same thing. Very interesting phenomena. Turns out people like holidays more than they like, laws and stuff.
Right.
Government.
I am pro-holiday, anti-laws. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the common North American idea.
Yeah, I would actually think that if we have more holidays and less rules, we'd be better off. I don't want to make this political, though.
More holidays. Why don't more political? I do want to make it political. Everyone hates all politicians. We can all agree with that. Why don't more of them advocate more holidays? That seems like something that they never advocate. And yet, who's not on board?
And it is the school equivalent of the kid who's running for the school president or school assembly, whatever it might be. So and the kid goes,
sweets.
Yeah, we're going to make recess longer. No homework, everybody. More days off. These promises that never happen, but that's the kid who gets elected, right?
Exactly.
I think you're onto something here.
Exactly.
Nick, you should run.
I'm not going to do that.
You can run and just go. You can run it under the promise of. Hold on, we got a poker hand developing.
We do. We got a set.
Oh my gosh, we have top pair with the flush draw versus a gut shot
versus a wing and a prayer from Brown Brit here.
Well, yeah, I mean a seven, and they're looking for the seven. You've been stacked. It's trying to stack somebody.
Now, pot checker shouldn't bet here, and they don't.
Wow. What a check back. But, I mean, they're still going to lose a lot, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I don't know why you bet that turn, though, I know I can see that they have a set, but you've got two opponents and you've got a weak kicker.
Why didn't you been stacked bet the river?
I don't know. That's weird.
Why don't people bet their hand? I just don't understand.
Not betting the river there is really weird. I don't know where you're expecting to get action from. There you go.
I mean, pot checker now thinks, I got my ace, I guess I'll bet for value. And does you've been stacked check raise? But the problem is a check raise is probably not, like if they just went like 9 big blinds, they probably get called. But if they check raise you, I don't know if they get called. Yep, there's the all in. And I understand the trickiness, but sometimes you still just bet your hand. Watch pot checker call though, and I look dumb.
Well, it's hard. You can't really call because there's no, what did they call with on the flop? That's now, do you know what I mean? There's no bluffs.
Well, I mean, remember, pot checker checked back the turn, so they might be thinking, well, have I under-repped my hand? Do they think that I'm capped? My range is capped, and they're attacking that range, that capped range. Yeah,
but I mean, yes, but
no, they haven't folded yet. They do fold. Not only do they fold, they just broke their mouse and they walked away.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting hand.
Yeah. It's far more interesting than us talking about, I don't even know. I don't know what tangent we went on, but
Well, who knows which was more interesting? We want let's not pull at that thread.
That's a good point. Wow, this is a big all in.
Yeah, when in doubt, Dejan removes all doubt. That's their style.
When I first started playing tournaments, it's what I did, by the way.
Right.
Like I basically was either all in or I folded because I was so terrified to play post flop. Like post flop poker just absolutely terrified me. Congratulations to the winners once again. Wayne Noonan and Andy Barham. You each won a $109 ticket. Again, make sure your whispers are not set to private. That goes for anybody who ever wins a ticket. The London Things questions that we play, you can win those on our YouTube chat or here on Twitch. But when we do a keyword giveaway, which we will do a little while, for that one, you've got to be here in the Twitch chat.
And I think that was a good London Things to win because you could use your IQ there and discern that I know nothing about history from my comments, and that I would think, what is a long time ago in North America? And that would give you a window. So I think that's, well played.
Yeah. I mean, I love the fact that you doubled down on it and was like, well, in America, it's been a country since 1700. So
Ish. I don't even know the American year. Well, it's in the past. Well, how does it help me to know that?
I wasn't alive.
I wasn't alive.
Which is true story. A lot going on here on our 888 Poker Twitch channel, as always. Tomorrow, we play with the ambassador with the most home game wins. Ian Simpson will be our host. Join us to see if you can knock him out for the bounty prize. Wednesday, we got Nick Eastwood and Andre Kosman. Okay? You can join us for bad beats and good hair in the blast off. And then on Thursday, our newest stream team member, Jesus Ramos El Chur, takes over the 888 Poker TV stream. We got an all-in your ace deuce versus ace king. IX needs help on the river. It does not come. The ace king holds. And we do get an elimination. Could this be the $1,000 one? Funky Monkey, by the way, has eliminated both players.
Again, Funky.
Yeah. Oh!
Big boy.
Yeah, wow. Look
Where's
at
your
that.
siren? Where's your effects, David?
Oh, hold on.
Hold that $1,000 thought. There we are.
There you
Just
go.
when you thought this show had lost its childish whimsy.
Never. So Funky Monkey, this is kind of fun here. We got an all-in, no full call. Funky Monkey came into this final table 5th in chips with about $500 in bounties, and they have already eliminated 2 players and picked up an additional $1,140 in bounties.
Very cool.
Nimsock93 says, wait a second, Jesus is an 888 Poker Ambassador? Yep.
Correct. That's a correct statement. That's a statement of fact.
And he's great. Does an amazing job.
Well, as you'd expect, really.
Right. And you can join. You can join him on Thursday for the takeover. Some MTT madness and ticket prizes. Pot checker. See how they want to play this. Do they want to do a smaller 3-bet or they just want to move all in? No big bounties left. Now we just have 140s and $50 ones left. There's the all-in. Pretty easy fold for Funky Monkey. And we continue on 6-handed now. The remaining 6 players all guaranteed $1,435. Again, the free roll has begun. Password is once again CANTHX. That's Canadian Thanksgiving 888. No spaces. All in and a call. King 6, Ace 9. Oh, a 10 would be dirty. It is not a 10. And bow lay die. Doubled up to 19.2 big blinds. Pot checker down to 17. Pot checker, by the way, came into our final table as a chip leader. They are now the short stack.
Yeah, actually quite unusual, but can happen.
Dijon limps in here with sevens.
It's all or nothing with this kid.
Yeah.
Limp or bomb, those are the moves. Kind of like it. None of this bet sizing chutney that people get involved with.
And Dijon folds. So limp fold the sevens. And Potchecker picks up ace king once again. Might get some action here. They're a little bit deeper. They're all in. Back over to Brown Britt. 17 big blinds might be a tad too much for King Jack. We'll see.
Yeah, 15 to win 21 and a half. No thanks, says Brown Brits.
5 minutes until our first break. It certainly looks like we've got a little bit of a longer show today for you.
Strap in.
I don't have any straps.
Okay, like so metaphorically. Oh, look, all the hearts.
Lots of hearts. By the way, what a flop here for Dijon. They have the flush draw with the 7 as well. Just a call.
Oh, brutal.
What a cooler for You've Been Stacked. Oh, my.
That's horrible for you, because that flush over flush with both cards in the hand doesn't happen to Hold'em very often. Happening on the final table is pretty nasty.
Yeah, Dijon 96 could have played that hand a little bit more aggressively. Instead, they just call. They hit the heart. They're all in here. And You've Been Stacked is going to call off. This is a nightmare spot for them. And by the way, had the chips not gone in on the turn, maybe they don't go in on the river with the 4th heart out there. But Dijon, 96, we've coined him the kid.
Have we?
You said the kid.
Oh, just a person. Chap.
I
Lady.
like kid.
Person. I don't know. Something worth noting, if you want to do well in tournaments, You've Been Stacked, lost that cooler. They still have 22.5 big blinds. They picked up pots by being active earlier without the best hand. If they hadn't done that, they would now be very short stacked. They 3-bet a couple of times without a big hand and so on. So that's just a small snapshot of the value of being active in tournaments. Everybody gets coolered. If you've got a stack that can withstand a cooler, you've got that much better chance of making big money.
That's a good shout. I still remember I used to watch the old broadcasts of poker, and I still remember one from Binion's way back when Bobby Baldwin got all in with a set against an overpair, and then the overpair hit their 2-outer, and then knocked him out of the World Series Poker main event. And during the interview, they asked Bobby, they were like, "Oh, are you that beat? I can't believe it. Or how are you dealing with it?" And he actually was just very pragmatic about it and said, if I had played better earlier on, I would have had more chips and I would have been able to withstand that. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you're remotely interested in, Vegas and poker and all of that stuff, you should be interested in Bobby Baldwin, because obviously one of the brightest people to ever be involved in our game. Also, one of the best casino executives of all time. So he went from being a professional poker player to running some of the biggest casinos in the world.
Yeah.
I think he was CEO of MGM Rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
not only that,
amazing guy.
Bellagio was the first casino to really bring poker back. And they had the world famous Bobby's Room, which is where some of the biggest games in the world were being played. Aptly named Bobby's Room.
One of the few people actually in poker that I haven't met that I would really like to have met and potentially interviewed. I've never met him. I don't know about you, but I would really like to.
I got to meet him. You know what? Maybe I should put out there, see if he'll do an 8-8 ride with me.
It would be an amazing 8-8 ride.
Oh, I'd want to do like 6 hours though.
Yeah. Yeah.
He actually, interestingly enough, I met him when he was playing the big 1-for-1 drop.
Okay.
At the World Series of Poker. I was commentating on it. And I remember ESPN had a really fun, they had a chart, they had a graphic up where they had the professionals and then they had the businessmen. But the businessmen were like Bobby Baldwin.
Right.
And you know how tough a tournament is when he's considered the businessman.
Yeah, that's tough.
Obviously he doesn't put the time into the game that he used to, right? I mean, the game has definitely changed a lot.
Also, of course, I was just looking at his wiki. Also, won the World Championships, of course, in '78.
Yeah, he's one of just one of the most highly respected poker players and personalities in forever. And with that, let's go to break, Nick. We'll be back in 5 minutes. More action from 888 Poker after this.
The more I learn about the game, the more I realize how I underestimated how important position really is. Position in poker determines whether you're first or second to act. So at the table, the first few positions are an early position, under the gun, +1 or 2, depending on how big the table is. And then it becomes middle position, so hijack, cutoff, button. And then you have the blinds, small blind and big blind. When I first started playing poker, I was more interested in whether my hand was good or bad. And the flop was good or bad for my hand. Did I make the nuts? Did I not? Should I bluff? Whatever. I didn't really think that much about position. I knew it was something, people told me it was important, but I never really figured out why it was important. And these days, I realize that it is largely determining how big of a pot I can win and potentially lose. Playing out of position, it's harder to get value and it's harder to bluff effectively. And those are two pretty important tenets of the game of poker. When you think about playing a big pot in poker, you think about, I'm gonna have to bet before the flop, on the turn, on the river, right? You have a really good hand, you wanna make all those bets. When you're in position, you're last to act and will always get the chance to reopen the betting action. But when you're out of position, often you're gonna be checking your opponent, and that means that sometimes you get to the river and you'll be wanting to put another bet, but you're gonna check and hope to trap or let them bet, and they'll just check back and you won't get your value. And so if you think about it, when you get to the river of a decent sized pot, the pot's gonna be a lot bigger if you have the chance to bet in position versus when you're checking out of position. So at times you're gonna have to play out of position, and there are some things you can do to change your game to make it more profitable for you. One of them is to start with a tighter range. Because it's harder to bluff effectively and get value, you just wanna start with a tighter range, give you a better chance to win the pot and then win bigger pots. Other things you can do post-flop would be either to check raise an opponent more often who bets too much, or if they bluff too much, you wanna check call them and trap them with your strong hands. One of the most important ways I think 3-betting changes when you're out of position is the sizing of the 3-bet. A lot of players size their 3-bets the same whether they're in position or out, and you wanna give your opponent a better price when you're in position and a worse when you're out of position because, as I said earlier, harder to get value, harder to bluff, and so you want to charge them more right now when you're out of position. If we're talking about overall, what's the biggest mistake people make out of position? It's playing too many hands. If you're playing too many hands, you'll say, oh, I'm getting a good price, and maybe you are right now, but the hand doesn't end right now when you call out of the big blind, or even worse, out of the small blind. You still have to deal with a flop, a turn, and a river. Those bets can be a lot, and should be a lot larger than what you just called. And yes, you're getting a good price right now, but what happens in the river when you're playing a 100 big blind pot with a mediocre hand? There are obviously a lot of tools you could use to get better at playing either in position or out of position, but I think one of the most important is just experience. And out of position for a lot of players is like other spots for them where they feel uncomfortable. And a lot of players, when they feel uncomfortable, they don't want to think about the spot, they don't want to study the spot, they just want to move on and go to the spots where they're more comfortable. But it's actually those situations where you don't exactly know what to do or where you can experience the most growth in your game and are some of the most important to pay attention to. So don't be afraid to get in the mix, play out of position, maybe make some mistakes and learn from them.
There was a point though, like 2010, you made a deep run in the main event. Like mid 2000s, you win an Aria super high roller. There was a point where it looked like you might be the next great tournament guy.
Well, I think that might just be a little overstated.
Okay, maybe a little, maybe like there was a short-term variance, but I'm saying there was a point there where it looked like you were at least taking it seriously, and maybe this was the path you were going to take.
I was never all in on tournaments, but obviously I was very fortunate, but I had a lot of early success, not even early, 10 years in, whatever. I had a lot of success, but I think it was just a byproduct of the time.
Okay.
Like, I also had a lot of very close misses. I think I have like 11 or 13 WSOP final tables. I've never finished better than third, so it's like...
a lot of variance there.
Everything, it's just, back then we were very ignorant to it, so you put a run together over the course of a couple of years, and it's like, of course you're the next hot name and you're gonna be the guy who does it. But I just always kind of went back to what I knew I was winning for sure at, which was cash. Tournaments were kind of supplementing that. It's like, oh, I ripped off another 500K score. I guess that means I get to take a bigger piece of myself now playing in this private game that Ivy's route.
Right.
Which seemed like it had way, way higher potential and a much larger ceiling available than chasing down these high rollers, which I feel so fortunate I didn't fall down that path, because those guys get all the glory and they deserve every fucking bit of it, because what they do is a hellacious task. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. They are so studied and they work so fucking hard, and they do it all for like 10 to 12% ROI on 5 or 6 million a year.
People have said this, by the way, and I feel like you've probably said this on one of your 719 podcasts.
Sure.
Where if you can be successful in that realm,
Yeah.
then you can probably be far more successful in so many other realms.
You could run a country, you could do whatever you want. Like,
Be a CEO of a company.
yeah, absolutely. They're leaving so much money on the table for the love of the game and the chase and thrill of the competition. And I don't blame them one bit. And I can't sing their praises enough, because I truly admire how hard they work and everything they do. But I also know that like their hourly is like 10% or 20% of mine, and they're maybe 10 or 20 times better than me at the game.
Welcome back to Magic Monday. I'm David Tuckman. Joining me, as always, Nick Wealthall. We are down to 6 in the $100,000 mystery bounty main event. First place, well over $8,000. And right now, it's really anybody's game. As you can see, nobody below 20 big blinds, nobody above 40. Although that might change right now, as Dijon is flop bottom set.
Yeah, let's see if they make one of their big bets again. No, more normal.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that on this particular texture, I actually might go a little bit bigger, simply because it's such a draw heavy. You've got 2 flush draws. You've got the straight draw out there. And Beau Lede has hit the queen. Another small bet here from Dijon, and this is at minimum going to get called, but is there a chance that Beau might raise it? No, just going to call.
That's a really interesting idea, raising that river, just because you have the ace of hearts, obviously. But yeah, they are. That is a very odd bet, and quite often it's just weak.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be raising that. You kind of hit the nail on the head. I mean, I like raising that particular spot because, number one, I probably have the best hand, so I'm raising for value. But the fact that I have the ace of hearts in my hands kind of makes it impossible for my opponent to then 3-bet jam. So I can go 2 big. He goes 2 big blinds. I can go to 9 big blinds, and they're just not going to jam it in my face because I do have the ace of hearts, usually at least.
Yeah, quite an interesting spot.
Yeah.
Interesting final table now, because they obviously we've only had a couple of eliminations, and they are getting short collectively.
Yeah. And nobody above 38 big blinds right now. We have 3 players now in their teens as we look at this ace-4 deuce flop. Dijon 96 with top pair. They have really, really hit the board a lot. The deck has cooperated with them throughout this final table. Right from the start, by the way, they were the first player who was all in. They could have been knocked out in 8th place. Instead, they doubled up, and now, as you can see, they are the chip leader. Free roll, by the way, going on currently. Registration is still open, but it is closing very, very shortly. So get in there now if you're not in there already. Password is CANTHX888, no spaces, and that goes for Canadian Thanksgiving 888. Get into that free roll. We'll give you a shout out if we get a chance to. We also still have 4 $109 tickets. No, 5, sorry. 5 $109 tickets to give away. So if you haven't won one, don't cry. You might still win.
Don't cry, do better.
That too.
Right?
Steven says, I'm going to win this, bro. Go get it. I'm rooting for you, man.
David roots for everyone. He'd like you all to win. Beautiful.
My wife's got a great T-shirt, by the way, that she wears to most of my kids' hockey games now. And it just says, I hope they all have fun. I hope they all just have fun.
Nice.
Which is if you have a child, or if you remember youth sports because you're young enough to remember it, you realize how crazy parents can be.
They're mental. They're absolutely mental. It's unbelievable. It's like everyone, your child is not special. All right, just all accept your child is one of many. They're not that special. If they were that special, the coach would be playing them all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Top pair here for Dejan, who just continues to smash the flops.
Yeah, poker is Hold'em is definitely easy when you hit top pair all the time. It definitely simplifies the game.
Right. Like the whole chapter on like bluffing, they're like, why do I need this?
Semi-bluffing.
I'm just gonna make hands.
Irrelevant.
Much easier.
Yeah, way easier.
Just a couple more minutes to get into that free roll, guys. So if you're not in it already, get in it now. $500 in cold hard cash being given away. Yeah, my older one had a game yesterday, and they were winning 3-1 in the third period. So they're up, right?
Yeah.
And they ended up losing the game. They kind of fell apart.
Job.
Yeah, they fell apart, and there was a couple of parents who were like losing their mind, as if they just lost like the finals.
How old
of, like,
are they?
A professional league, 11 and 12 years old.
Oh God.
Like, what are we doing, folks?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I got off, and I was like, my kid got off, and I was like, hey, bud. He's like, I'm like, you upset? And he's like, yeah, I was. He's like, I'm okay now. I'm like, okay, cool. You want to get some ice cream? He's like, yeah. And like, I don't know, 2 licks into his ice cream cone, he was over it. By the way, if your kid is over it, you should be over it too. Relax.
But don't you feel that way about poker as well? Like, I've never really quite, if I'm honest, and chat may shout at me because maybe some of you feel differently, I've never quite understood why people get so upset when they lose poker hands.
I'm going to shout at you.
Go on.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay. I still don't feel like my opinion's bad. You didn't convince me.
It is funny how, and I understand it, but it is funny how poker players still, even players who've played for a long time, still let a result that they had nothing to do with, essentially, affect the rest of their day.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
It's just you if it does upset you that much,
don't play.
Well, you just got to change it, because you can't be emotionally connected to the outcome of one poker session or even a few poker sessions in a row. You just can't be. And so one of two things are happening if you do feel that way. One is you're misunderstanding how to win at poker, because you don't win at poker by trying to control the results and reacting to the results. You win at poker by having a better process. And the second possibility is that you're playing with money that you're not happy to lose. Not happy to lose, you understand what I'm saying? That doesn't affect you if you lose, because that's the other reason people can get upset, if the money means a lot. But ultimately, the whole point of poker is that you're trying to play with an edge. You're not trying to win every hand. You can't win every hand. And if there weren't bad beats, no one would put up money to play. So you got to accept that into your DNA when you play cards. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be for you. It's just going to make you unhappy.
Yeah, I mean, getting upset about making the right decision and losing ace queen to ace 10 is essentially the equivalent of getting mad at the clouds for bringing rain.
It is, yeah.
I mean, it's like, why are you raining on me today? Like, okay.
It's actually, and you know, I've had tilt in my life. I'm not a robot, but when it happens to you, it's just your ego out of control. That's all it is. It's just your ego saying, this shouldn't happen to me. It's unfair it happens to me.
I'm entitled.
Yeah, I'm entitled to win that pot. That is the problem. So that's what you've got to get over if it's something that's a problem for you.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it's a really good. So Tiffany Michelle, who has worked with 888 for many years.
I know her.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Anyway,
look at this.
look at this turn card. Wow. It is a
This
third
may
diamond out
be
there.
Deschamps' tournament. The rest of them may be wasting their time.
Well, I mean, the good news about is wasting time in poker. You get a nice consolation prize. Second place is $6,000.
There you go. That's a good waste of time.
Yeah, I'm okay wasting my time if I can win $6,000. Anyway, so Tiffany Michelle actually just recently, she was going to Harvard actually to be a guest lecturer.
Nice.
We can peel back that onion another time. But she did put out on Instagram. She said, "Hey, everybody out there, what is something you have learned from poker that has helped you in other aspects of your life?" And I actually responded with, "I have learned to be less results oriented, and I have learned to dissect the decision-making process as opposed to the result." And I would say to everybody, in poker and in life, it's such a good thing that you can get out of this game.
It's a great thing that poker teaches you if you play it a lot. That's definitely true. Because you definitely don't learn that anywhere else, really. Like, it's quite hard to learn that somewhere else. If you have a really good mentor in work, like sometimes people can get lucky, as we see top 2 for Brown Brit.
Yeah.
But in general, it's very hard to learn that lesson somewhere else, I think.
Yeah, just evaluating the decision-making process, evaluating your decisions as opposed to the result in life is just pretty valuable. Brown Brit trying to build a pot. Going to be tough, though, and Dijon goes away. Dijon 96 on 53 big blinds. Brown Brit's got 36, and then we've got 3 shorties, Funky Monkey on 20. But, as Nick pointed out, not a lot of chips in play at this point. Do you expect the chips to start flow? Jamie Pugh says deep, David. I mean, it's just funny though. I mean, like you could make the argument. You could like kind of look at that. You learn this lesson in poker. Like if I asked out a girl I liked, right?
Oh yeah.
There you go. Let's go back to my single days, and I ask out a girl I like, and she says no, right? It's like, but it's like, would you then tell, like, if you were trying to encourage your child to be like, go out there and make friends or ask out a girl or a boy or whatever it is, and they didn't get the result they wanted, would you be like, well, that was stupid. You shouldn't have asked them out.
Trying to imagine what somebody saying no would be like.
No, well, yeah, for you, it obviously never happens. But just imagine for a moment if somebody actually turned you down.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Potchecker might call this. In fact, I probably would. Potchecker does not. Blind on blind, queen 9 of spades for 10 big blinds. There are a couple of the shorties out there. Yeah, Lime Rookie says, Wealthall and his great hair have never known the crush of rejection.
I do think the hardest thing is getting rid of binary thinking. And it's just what you learn through your education process. And it's such a mistake, which is that you do something and then you get a grade, you pass or fail, you get a good grade or a bad grade or whatever. And actually, that's not particularly representative of anything. And in poker, obviously, we keep score with money. But if you're going to play a lot of poker, you understand that money comes over time with a lot of volatility. And that's all that's happening. And so I think somebody, I can't remember who it was in chat, just said, they like people that react emotionally in terms of, and I totally agree in terms of an entertainment product, but people that play a lot of poker, there are very few that still react emotionally. Like obviously there's 1 or 2 famous people that do, but most people that play a lot of poker don't react emotionally to results because you just get beyond it, I think.
Well, you have to, it almost be like, imagine investing in a stock and then reacting emotionally on the day-to-day or hour-by-hour movements and fluctuations of a stock price.
Yeah.
Like that's it's literally like almost the equivalent where it's like, I bought Apple and it went down it's down 30 cents since I bought it. This is the end of the world. I shouldn't have bought it now. I should have waited.
To be honest, it's probably the same thing in that people that invest in stocks casually probably do react emotionally, and people that trade them every day probably have no emotions at all about it. Probably the same thing.
Yeah, it's just, although I did find out this is kind of a cool story. If you bought 100 shares of Apple in 2004, the summer of 2004, which is about a $4,000 investment.
Yes.
It'd be worth $2.2 million today.
That's a good return.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Why do I tell you this story?
Because you bought Apple shares, because you've told us that.
I bought 100 shares of Apple in the
literally
summer of
told us this,
2004.
like, 6 shows ago.
Yeah. Stupidly, I did not hold on to all of them. I wish I had.
Yeah. Or you wouldn't be doing the show.
I don't do this show for money. I do this show because I love our audience. I love making Mondays magical.
Cool. Do you want to do 2 a week?
6.
For your love of it?
I want to do 6 a week. I'm just concerned that if I did more than we currently do, the energy and excitement that we bring to each one wouldn't be at the same level.
What you're saying is you'll lose the magic.
Yeah. Right? I mean, if it happens all the time, it's not as magical. I think that's what it is. What's up, everybody? Thank you for finding us here. Ingeru, go to Reddit for any support issues that you might have. Here, look, I mean, you can watch the show. Look, we barely cover the poker.
I definitely wouldn't ask me and David any.
I mean, yeah, expecting anything else out of this show. We're just here for, like, you know, Nick, obviously, the eye candy, right?
Yeah.
It's
definitely not the place to come for serious inquiries. We've got an all-in and a call.
We do. Oh. And the
how about
nuts.
Broadway? I think Dejan's name might be on
the
trophy. No. His luck turns on the river.
Yeah, look at that. Sneaky little deuce of club, any club will do, and full double up there.
Well, I think it doesn't work like this, but You've Been Stacked can definitely feel that that's fair enough after they had that flush over flush, but with the same player, by the way. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Dejan had picked up a lot of outs on the turn. They had the overs. They had the straight draw. They hit the straight, but sneaky little club on the river, and You've Been Stacked has, they've staved off elimination. I'm not sure how long they'll stave off an elimination here, though, with King Jack and the small blind. If it does get to them, although pot checker's got Queen Jack, I was going to say, if it gets them in the blinds, you expect the chips to go in. And this is kind of unlucky for You've Been Stacked.
Well, so far. Oh, they're not in yet.
Yeah, but how did the chips not go in here?
Well, Brambrit just checks. Now they might go in.
What is going on here?
Playing some limit.
There you go. Okay. It took longer than I thought it would take, but there's the all-in. And You've Been Stacked needs a king. That, my friends, is not a king. They both have 2 pair, but the ace plays. And Brown Brit with the elimination. You've Been Stacked staves off elimination for just a hand before bowing out in 6th. Brown Bit picks up another $140. You've Been Stacked, by the way. Not a bad day for them, as they will take home about $2,000 when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and I thought they played well at the final table. Just one of those cases where not much they can do. You get flush under flush in Hold'em at a final table, you're probably in trouble. Let's celebrate being down to 5 players by giving away a ticket.
Like one of these tickets. Here,
yes,
folks.
Except it's digital and it's worth $109 of tournament play on 888 Poker. You could turn it into tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. We'd love you to do it on us. One of you is going to win. It's a keyword giveaway. All you have to do is type in the keyword when it's revealed and you're entered into the draw. You must do it on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, chat, come over onto 888's Twitch channel, 888 Poker TV, and do it there. David, what is the keyword?
I have no idea.
You're absolutely right.
I have no idea. No spaces, folks.
That's not the keyword. Just don't type it. Why do you always do this?
You did it. I just said I have no idea, and then you said I was absolutely right.
Keyword. I have an idea. I work with a penis. 2, actually. Not to brag. The keyword has been created by Lime. I'm not sure, as we see all in the call, postponing the keyword.
Oh, the straight for Brown Brit. Pot checker. Hits the ace, doesn't want the ace. and they have been eliminated by the Nuts.
Wow.
Brown Brit now up to 54 big blinds. They are now our
Horrible
chip
final
leader.
table for pot checker.
Yeah, they came in as the big stack, but nothing went their way. And they are out in 5th place. They're going to take home about $2,400. Sorry, four-handed, go.
The keyword is created by Lime. I don't understand it because she's saying this is when the first actual year of Thanksgiving in Canada happened. The keyword is 1578, 1578, 1578. If you type in anything else, you will not be entered into the draw. 1578 is the keyword.
We've got it all into the call. They're falling like
happening.
flies. Funky Monkey hits the ace, but Dijon, the 96, can't miss today. They flop a pair, they turn 2 pair, and they eliminate Funky Monkey in 4th. Dijon, 96, wins another one. Funky Monkey out in 4th. Funky Monkey will take home. Remember, they won another $1,140 in bounties. So
Nice.
with the bounties and the 4th place money, we are looking at almost a $5,000 day.
Could have another elimination here. Ace King versus Nines. It's all happening, David Tuckman.
What's going on here? Nines versus Ace King. Ace or King on the river and with... No Ace or King. Wow. Bow a Lady or Bow a Lady doubles up to 13 big blinds. I thought we were going to be heads up like that. Wow. So 1578, 4 numbers. That's it. Gives you a chance to win a $109 ticket.
And then afterwards, Lime's going to explain to us what she's on about. Because she said it's 1578 because that's when the first Canadian Thanksgiving was. But we just went through this, didn't we? And it was... Canada didn't exist. I don't know. Who did the first Canadian Thanksgiving? Just some elk. Just a couple of elk giving thanks for being an elk.
Yeah. So she's suggesting that the Canadian Thanksgiving predates the American
Canada.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and the American Thanksgiving.
Really?
She's going to explain it to us once we've awarded this ticket. Type 1578. No, she's going to do it now, right in the middle of the contest. Type 1578 in the chat to enter. I mean, what she's posted there just sounds made up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Listen, I can make play pretend world with AI too.
I mean, who is Martin Frobisher and who was there to record this prestigious event?
Martin Frobisher is not even a real person.
No, it doesn't sound real.
No, Frobisher. Hey, Mr. Frobisher.
Does that sound like a name from 1578 in Canada? No. They were all called Elkerstein or Moosenpaps.
Yep. In fact, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was good friends with Moose Pabst.
Yes. Not surprising. He was quite the thing in Ontario. Here we go. We're giving away a ticket.
Let's do it.
Keyword. Someone's going to win.
Is it me?
Gummel. Gummel554, you are a winner of a $109 ticket for Player 88. Congratulations to you. Commiserations to everyone else, but 2 more to be given away before the end of this final table, then 2 more on the Poker Wheel of Justice, so don't despair, but well played, Gummel554. Thanks for entering, everyone else.
Yeah, Dumbellar, I'm not sure if you understand the game, how it's played. You want to get the keyword in before we give the ticket away.
Yeah.
It really, really helps your chances.
That's good tactics.
Yeah.
Flush.
Flush versus a pair of jacks.
Dejan hates jacks.
True story.
No,
I think it's
you
only
fold.
fitting that somebody with numbers in their handle wins a number-related keyword.
I don't. We made jokes about it. I don't think I understand how you can have a Canadian Thanksgiving Day before Canada existed.
Well, I mean, technically, as I pointed out, the first official, like the American Thanksgiving, predates our country as well.
Well, I don't understand that either.
Well, it wasn't making a national holiday. I guess the whole thought process is like, okay, I'll give you this example here.
Yeah.
Christmas is now a national holiday.
Right.
Christmas predates the United States. Right?
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, does that make it better for you?
No, because Thanksgiving doesn't exist in other countries. So does it? It's not like this is very confusing, the whole thing. Never
Why don't you
mind.
just come out and say you hate the Frobisher family?
They just get on my tits, to be honest. The Frobishers. I don't like their attitude. Oh, we're giving thanks for being alive and we're grateful and we're all Frobishers. Bunch of idiots. You know what I mean?
And when like he had so they served a meal when they made it across. Yeah, obviously they were hungry.
Yeah, that's not a holiday, is it?
No, it's just dinner.
Dinner.
Right. I had dinner with my family last night.
You haven't created a national holiday.
No, I didn't even make it a Tuckman holiday. Just dinner.
Every day's a Tubman holiday.
It is.
One day's work in your life, haven't you? Come on.
Do these hands look like they've done any hard work?
Exactly.
No.
Interesting three-handed battle now because they've all got chips. They can all hurt each other.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Lede was, they were all in for the tournament life with the nines. Doubled up there, then won another couple of small pots, and now they're right back in it. Nobody over 50 big blinds, and our short stack at 26 big blinds, so lots of play here. Lime says, I vote that we begin celebrating Tuckmas almost immediately. I already celebrated. Oh, an interesting flop. I think both players probably pretty happy with this flop. And, of course, no chips go in.
Of course.
Why doesn't anybody like betting? I don't understand.
Betting flops is like out of style, man.
Yeah. I mean, I get the thought process being like, well, if I bet my fives, can I get called by worse? But I mean, I think sometimes people fail to adapt to the fact that we are short-handed. Fives are likely the best hand right there. You do want to deny your opponent equity, right? If they just have random overs. I don't know. Not much going on here. Three-handed play, so we lost nobody for a while. And it looked like we might have a really, really long final table. But then Nick just said keyword. And apparently that made everybody go. It was the equivalent of an enema for our final table.
It was actually, wasn't it? They were all like snugly sitting there not betting. And then suddenly the gamble button was pressed.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost like, you know what? Let's just screw over their keyword giveaway. Let's do that. Well, 3 players remain. All of them guaranteed over $3,000. Dijon 96 has about 500 in bounties locked up. Brown Brit has $1,000 in bounties locked up. And Bao Lede has only $200 in bounties. Good news for Bao Lede, by the way. They took down the $109 PKO Rumble last week.
They're hot.
They are hot.
Oh, wow. This is an action turn because...
Oh, my gosh.
Brown Brit already has 2 pair.
Oh, and they go pot. Oh, and the ace on the river. All in. Dijon 96 is going to be out of there. Wow, what a turn of events.
That went so fast, but it was such a significant hand.
I mean, $140 more for Brown Brit. I mean, you've got a pair and the nut flush draw, and then you river trips against the full house. Wow.
We've gone from 7-handed to heads up in about 15 minutes, I think.
This is crazy.
Yeah, really, really picked up some speed.
So we are heads up here. Let's talk about Dijon 96, because it looked like for a while it was going to be their tournament.
It did.
They couldn't miss, and unfortunately they didn't miss. They just happened to have a really, really good second best hand. And they are gone in third place. They take home, when it's all said and done, just about $5,000. So well done, Dijon 96. Considering they came into the final table 7th in chips, it's a really good result. And especially a really good result because they tend to play mostly micro rollers. Their average
Okay.
stake is just $12.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see. That's the magic of Magic Mondays. And all tournament poker, of course, you can spin up into a way bigger prize than you'd usually win at your normal stakes if you get into a bigger tournament.
Yep, and we'll see if Bowla Day can somehow get back in this. They're going to win that one, but as you can see, more than a 4-to-1 chip disparity. Brown Brit banked the Sunday Mystery Bounty in mid-September. That was a 55 for 52.64. I don't remember that one, but clearly we must have covered it, or maybe I missed that show. Maybe it was one of the 38 shows this year I missed.
If it was a $55, I don't think that's the one. That's not the one we stream.
No, okay. It wasn't a sale one.
I don't know.
Either way, they won that for $5,200 back in mid-September. So here we are just a month later, and they are knocking on the door again.
3 and Glenn has bust the free roll. Bad luck. Who's still in the free roll? Let's have a cheeky roll call because we've been going a little while now. Let us know if you're still in the free roll. Don't just type the number because I never know if you're just entering a contest that doesn't exist.
Right.
Are you in the free roll? What position are you in the free roll? How close are we to the money? Murph is 14th. Amazing. Keep it going. That's awesome.
Go get it, Murph.
We just got 100 until the money bubble.
Oh, that might happen during our show, depending on how long this heads-up match goes.
I think it will. 100 doesn't take long in the free roll. Bad luck to Scaramouche, Musimond, and Jamie. Boxwaxer, Vlorank, Kiss My Cats, Waynunian, keep it going. Winning Kathy's 26th. Awesome, Kathy. Let's go. Sleepy the Old, newly grandadded, is 215th. Player Quiller, Bougie, still both in. Red Boy's 31st. Awesome. We are crushing the free roll. Quantum Criminal 68th. Our chat is dominating the free roll. Bad luck, Ruin Kind. Losing with aces sucks. Tinto Brasco unlucky. Several of you still in. Keep it going. Awesome stuff. Tell us when you hit the money bubble, please. Tell us when you cash. We'll have a free roll chat cashed celebration.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it. Noodaloo, good news, by the way. You were very efficient with your time as Noodaloo got knocked out in the very first hand.
Ah, yes. No wasted effort.
Brown Britt's going to win that. Both players with a pair of deuces. The Jack does play, and the lead expands a little bit more than a 6-to-1 chip advantage. Actually, about 7-to-1, I should say.
Yeah, Bowler Day all in with the Queen. Definitely at that shoving point.
Good luck to everybody in the free roll who's still in there. Let us know when you guys are in the money. We will we'll celebrate. The only way we know how.
With a stupid siren.
What did the siren ever do to you? Why is it stupid?
I mean, that's not even a siren, is it? What is it? Loudhailer. Loudhailer, that's what it is.
Right, it's just a loudspeaker. Yeah, it's just a megaphone. What do they call these things?
Megaphone, but it's like a kid's one, isn't it?
Yeah, but it works.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
Murph says this will be over before the money. Murph, I bet you all my net worth that it isn't. No spoilers.
Murph, I would not take that bet. just saying.
Sounds like a chance to get rich.
Right. When a gambler offers you a bet that seems too good to be true.
It's too good to be true.
Yes. Brown Brit all in. Ooh. Bolade was thinking about it, maybe just going, you know what? Do I just gamble at some point? We're kind of just in the wait for a confrontation mode right now.
Yeah, Bo Day's already shoved a couple of times. They're definitely not going to just sit there and blind away.
Yeah, both these players played pretty well at this final table. I've been impressed. It's been a well-played final table in all fairness here. So both these players, by the way, guaranteed $6,000 plus whatever bounties they've locked up. Brown Brit, as I mentioned, they won $1,000 bounty earlier on. So, they've already guaranteed well over $7,000.
Both the day could lose some more chips here. This is a pretty nutted hand after 2 checks from your opponent heads up.
I might. Oh, wow. How does it not end here? That's how.
Well, there you go.
You just
Both the day
call.
probably just calls. Yeah, that's how it doesn't end here.
Wow. Bola Day, I was like, they're never folding. And I thought it might go like check bet, check raise, but maybe you can find the fold. There was a third diamond out there. Just heads up, though, the 4 looks pretty nutted, like you said. And as you can see here, about a 9-1 chip advantage. Can Bola Day somehow crawl back into this one?
Well, it's going to be hard if Brown Brit keeps hitting trips, which they've now done back-to-back hands.
Yeah. It is kind of funny because, again, we go back to like being results-oriented sometimes. And I've seen players in these situations kind of like try to dissect their heads-up play. Mm-hmm. And then you get somebody who's really smart just going, dude, your opponent just hit top pair or trips every time. You're never winning this.
We had that recently with Dara Kearney, very well-known top-level poker player. That happened to him. He got to the heads up of this event, and then the guy just hit hand after hand on him, and he was bluffing into hands. And I messaged with him afterwards, and he said, like, and remember, this is a really top-flight professional player.
All in a call, sorry. An 8 or a 7 ends it. It is not. It's the 9 of clubs. And we do get a full double up still, though, a sizable advantage for Brown Brit. Continue, sorry.
No, that was much more important. But it was just really instructive because he was saying to me, I was glad when I saw it and realized that he'd been hitting hands because I thought I'd been outplayed. And that's a, top flight poker player. Dara is a fantastic poker player. So it's just part of the game. When you play heads up, you can really feel you're getting run over and you can just not be.
Yeah, there are a lot of times where we assume something like, oh, this guy's just got my number.
Right.
Like, no, he's just making hands.
Yeah.
And
that's what makes it so hard. You never have complete information in this game.
And it can be frustrating sometimes when you play with players because unless you're on a live stream like this, you never know.
Right.
It's just you leave and it's not one of those things where like, oh, well, you get to find out later if you were right. Nope, you'll never know. So you now have to evaluate the decision-making process based on maybe, maybe not. Sometimes somebody will tell you that, but even then you don't even know if they're being honest or not.
No, of course.
We are 50 to the money. Are you certain about this, Nick?
No. I've just promised my net worth to someone. Someone could get £800 if this goes wrong.
Gosh.
I know. I'm a bit worried.
A lot of money.
I know. Really is a lot of money.
What is the pound to the dollar right now, or the pound to the euro?
Pound to the dollar is about 1.3 last time I looked, I think. 1.33.
And pound to the euro?
Pound to the euro is about 1.25, I think.
Okay. Pound to the Canadian?
No, 1.15.
Wow.
Oh,
and is a pound to the Canadian dollar like 8.4?
Are you looking to make some trades or something? 1.87 pounds to the Canadian dollar.
Bola die, by the way, you just got to go with it at some point. You've got nothing. They do move all in with King 5. They weren't waiting for much. Brown Brit does make the call. This could be over here, a jack of 7 or a 10. It is a queen. And Bola Day does survive again. Back up to about 12 big blinds. Oh, sleep with the old out just before the money.
Oh, no.
Unlucky.
Never mind. No one else in that free roll has just been made a granddad. You win in life.
True story. if you've just joined us, by the way, you've missed out on 3 giveaways, which means we still have 4 more. 4 $109 tickets to give away. You're probably thinking, wait, it's heads up, guys. Or, I mean, are we going to have time to do it? Don't worry. We always give the tickets away. We have never not given away the tickets that are allocated to go into your hands.
They must be won.
I mean, one time I had to give it to my next door neighbor, but he really appreciated them.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Bow of the day, trying to battle back. They got down to 5 big blinds. If they somehow win this, we have to remember that because crazy short stacked, but it's never over. Heads up, no limit hold'em. It's not over till it's really done.
Oh, there's a call. Could this be it? A 6, a 4, or a 5. It's a 3. Another all-in for Boladai, and this time they're up to 25 big blinds. So
this is how volatile it is. If they win one more all-in, we're even stacked.
Yeah, and it was 9-1. It was 9-1 chip advantage for Brown Brit. What, 11 minutes ago?
Well, it was 95 blinds to 5 blinds. So
even more. So what, 19-1?
Yeah, crazy. We've seen it done.
Yep. The craziest advantage I've ever seen, I was commentating on a World Series of Poker not a main event, one of the preliminary events, and they were heads up, and one player had I kid you not, had like a 68-1 chip advantage.
Jesus.
So like the first 4 all-ins, and they were both pros. The first 4 all-ins.
Oh, wow.
Neither one even looked all in. Oh,
Round
a 10 here.
Into top pair. And we've got even stacks.
What?
It's true, David Tuckman.
This is insanity. What a turnaround. A 19-1 chip disadvantage, and we are even. And can Brown Brett keep it together? We could be here for a while now. Anyway, I was going to say, the first 4 or 5 all-ins from these 2 players, neither one of them even looked at they just put the chips in and just turned the cards over.
Because he was so short.
It was just, had nothing. And they won the first 4 or 5 in a row. And then they started playing poker, and they got to the point where it was a 2-1 advantage and before it ended. But the player who had the chip lead was losing their mind. Had they lost that, I don't know if they ever would have recovered. It was crazy.
I do think, because we did talk about getting upset when you lose at poker, there are some situations where it's fine to get a little upset. If you lose a huge chip lead like that, heads up, that is obviously very frustrating, especially if it's at the end of a big tournament. Got an action flop here.
Yeah. And frankly, I mean, getting up.
No, we don't get an action flop.
No.
Yeah, you should not be folding ace-3 there. Heads up.
I don't think so. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting listen, the day I get knocked out of the main event, I'm upset. Yeah. I'm not irrationally upset, but yes,
I'm not crying and stamping your feet and going and gambling on blackjack because you want to get it back or something like that. You're not. No. You're just a bit everyone when they get knocked out of the main event is sad and a bit down, and that's understandable.
I mean, in all fairness, I'm upset when the team I cheer for loses, and I mean, not only I don't even have any decisions to make in that spot. I'm just cheering them on. So it's okay to be upset, but let's keep it in perspective. 2 pair here versus a flush draw, and Brown Brit. So relinquish that lead, or I think they still have the lead, very very slight, but they are now back up to about a 3-2 advantage.
Yeah, which, as we've seen, doesn't count for a huge amount.
No, you always look at these kind of advantages and you go, well, that means Boladai is just 2 hands away from winning.
Speaking of winning, David Tuckman, we've got 2 more $109 tickets to be won before this final table ends.
Yeah, my neighbor just said he wants them.
Well, he's not getting them. Our chat are getting them. Our viewers are getting them.
There you go.
Yeah. Deal with it, neighbor, who I don't know.
Yeah, he's annoying anyway.
We're going to play another round of Lodden Thinks, except this time it's What Does David Think? And we'll postpone that just to honour those that are in the money in the free roll. Congratulations if you made the money. Remember, it's not about the amount of money in the free roll. It's about how many people you've beaten. Well done to you. Who made it? Red Boy made it. Pedro made it.
Money.
Waxer made it. Everyone else who made it, we will give you a shout out. Murph, well done. I think there are others. I believe in our chat. Yeah. Run made it. Nice. Quantum Criminal, Boxwaxer, Ruined Kind, Windings, Fusion, Bougie, all still in. Hawast still in. Player Quiller's still in. Wow, Vlarank's still in.
Wow, somebody might win it today. I feel good.
Yeah, we definitely might get a winner.
I feel like this could be it. Could we have a new free roll folk hero at the end of today? That would be really cool. Okay, as always, guys, we're gonna Nick's gonna ask me a question.
Yes.
Right, guys? He's gonna ask me a question. You're gonna climb inside my brain.
Yes.
And figure out what I think.
One guest per player, 2 closest unique values get a $109 ticket. David, I'm sticking with Canadian Thanksgiving. I am too sleepy to be creative.
You said you had a really excellent question.
Yeah, no, it didn't quite work. So I've moved on to something incredibly easy because I forgot to think of a better one. We got 2 heart draws here, which we'll just pause and see if anything kicks off.
Yeah, ace high, the best hand right now. Bola die. Look at this play from Brown Brit. Wow.
No retreat, no surrender.
No, and now we're back to a 3-1 chip advantage for Brown Brit.
The question is, how many calories will the average Canadian eat today? Adults. The average Canadian adult, how many calories will they eat today on Canadian Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, since I love hockey, I'm essentially like 70% Canadian. I've been to a lot of Canadian Thanksgivings.
Exactly. You're very qualified to make this guess.
I know the answer.
I know the answer, he says. Incredible powers of knowing what he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
The absolute best person in the world at knowing what he thinks. Get your answer in our Twitch chat. YouTube chat can also play. Only 1 guest per player, though. 2 closest win, as we see an all-in with top pair from Bowler Day. Still fighting here. Only a 2-1 chip disadvantage. Get your guesses in quickly because we're near the end of the tournament, so there won't be a ton of time. How many calories does David Tuckman think the average Canadian adult will eat today on Canadian Thanksgiving as they give thanks?
Yeah, this is an easy one. Well, whoever can climb inside my brain is going to win a ticket. We're giving away 2 of them, $209 tickets. And as always, let us know if you turn one of these tickets into actually big scores. We want to hear about your success.
Our favorite thing, isn't it? Our favorite thing doing the show.
Yeah, very cool stuff. Both players, by the way, hit a deuce on the river. The ace does play. 15 big blinds in the middle. They're battling for it. Does Bolodai think they have enough showdown value now, or do they want to turn this hand into a bluff? They're thinking about it. They're going to check it back, and the ace deuce is good.
Yeah, that'll annoy them. Because a bluff would have probably worked. Not necessarily, but probably. Back down to 20. Back down to 20 big blinds, which is getting close to shoving stacks.
Yeah. Well, 7 certainly worthy of that. By the way, the only way you can definitely not win this is if you guess more than one. So like Po Malika, you, and I'll bring you up because I'll give you a shout out here, Po Malika. You are the shining example of what not to do.
Don't do it. Stop it.
Yeah, if you answer more than once, you just can't win. No matter how, even if one of your answers is exactly what I guess. Winning Kathy, still in though. Go get it, Winning Kathy.
We believe in you, Kathy. I do think somebody from our chat might win the free roll tonight.
Yeah, I've got that feeling too. Today is that day.
57 plays 32 big blinds. Bow Lady never been in the lead in this heads up, but doesn't mean they can't win the tournament.
No. Again, they are just 2 hands away from winning. I mean, they double up once, then they are in the chip lead. Then they win the next hand. They could theoretically win the whole thing. Not much going on for them here. Jack high is the best hand for Brown Brit with an open in the straight draw.
Contest is closed. The contest is closed. Thanks for playing. Good luck. We'll announce winners at the end of this heads-up battle. Shout out to Vlarank, who's 4th in the free roll. Very nice.
Yeah. I love it. Battle of the aces here now. If they were a little shorter, you could see the chips going in. Instead, we've got the ace jack versus the ace four. If an ace comes on the turn, we could get the chips in, that's for sure. That would be the gin card for Brown Brit.
Yeah, small pot pre-flop. Bowler raises here, which is a interesting raise.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, it's a wet board. Wow, Brown Brit going to 3-bet.
Yeah, in fairness to Brown Brit, they've played consistently like this. Like, this could definitely be a bluff because they are capable of it.
Yeah.
They have been aggressive enough to sell this kind of play.
I mean, end of the day, listen, if Boladai has a jack here, it's going in, right?
Yeah.
So, and look at this, they call anyway.
Yeah,
that's
what I was saying. They've been aggressive, which allows you to get called in spots like that.
Yeah. And Brown Brit going to go 5.5 big blinds. So bet, raise, 3-bet, call, and now Brown Brit going to bet again. Boladai getting a pretty good price, but we can see they are drawing really thin. They only win this with a 4, and they're going to let this one go. And back to a 3-1 chip advantage for Brown Brit. That's an above-average flop here for ace-queen. Boladai going to win this one in all likelihood. Yep. Easy pot. Heads up for a while now. It's been about a 25-minute heads-up match. And ace versus ace. Checks, and there's an ace, and this is bad news for Boladai.
Yeah, this could be it.
Yeah, now they do win with a 4 or a 5, so they've got a lot of outs. They've got a lot. They've got 6, I should say. So now there's spades out there as well for Brown Brit.
I think Brown Brit's going to make a bet that means they can get all the money on the river here.
Yeah, that's
they do.
exactly.
I thought they'd do that.
It's a nice sizing from Brown Brit. Really puts pressure on Boladai. And I mean, I don't know how. You've got an ace. They just call. The river's a 7. There's 20 big blinds in there. Check from Boladai. Here's the all-in, right? We know that's coming. Now it's just a question if Bo makes the call.
It's a very hard hand to lay down to an aggressive player, this.
Nope,
And
they
they
can't
do
do it. They make the call. I think it's a good call, to be honest. Unfortunately for them, they were out-kicked. And Brown Brit's going to win. Boladai finishes in second place. Brown Brit takes home the last 2 bounties. 50 for one and another $50. So another $100 there. Boladai, by the way, finishes in second place. Courtesy of the bounties and second place money, we're looking at around the $6,400 day. Brown Brit, though, picked up a ton of bounties with first place. They won nearly $10,000 when it's all said and done. Congratulations to them. What a day.
Yeah, nice final table. Like you said, well played final table. And Brown Brit played a really nice final table. They did hit some hands heads up, but made their own luck because they were aggressive throughout, and that's how you win these things. So well done to them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, you never see somebody win a tournament and be like, yeah, I didn't get lucky at all. I didn't win my flips. I wasn't making hands. No, you've got to play well and get lucky to win these things. And Brown Brit certainly qualified there. And with that, you've got to get lucky if you want to win some tickets. You asked me a question, Nick.
I did.
What was it?
I asked you, on this Canadian Thanksgiving Day, which we've been honouring, we honour Canada here on Magic Monday, what level of calories, how many calories has the average Canadian adult consumed?
Well, it's a similar Thanksgiving meal to the Americans, but slightly different. I mean, you get the roasted turkey, sometimes ham with stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy. It often includes regional twists, like a maple glazed vegetable or regional desserts, such as a butter tart, right? There's cranberry sauce in there. And I know that the Americans will often have well over 5,000 calories, but Canadians are far more polite. So when they're going for seconds, they might go, "Oh, do you want that? I'm sorry," and they back off. So they don't have, they just aren't American.
Politeness
They're nicer.
limits the gluttony, you're saying. Interesting.
Yeah. So instead of over 5,000 calories that Americans might have, the Canadians, because they're so darn polite, they get about 3,700 calories on this glorious day.
3,700 calories is the exact right answer. That is what David Tuckman thinks the average Canadian adult will consume today. Well played, David Tuckman. Well played also to many of you who were close. A lot of close answers. We do have winners, though, and the winners are very close. So our first ticket goes to Marco THX. Marco, thanks, who's giving thanks for being Marco and also for a great guess at 3687. And even closer, PokerStars Hungary, celebrating all of the lovely PokerStars that exist in Hungary, 3,690. They also get a ticket. So shout out to Dordoni and others who were very close. But you needed to be within 13 to win this one.
That's amazing. I mean, that's like you had to be literally the difference between winning and losing was, did they get that one extra bite of mashed potatoes?
Yes. It was that small a margin.
Wow. Well, congratulations. And listen, I'm excited that you all know me so well. I think my thought process was spot on, by the way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very, very well played by everyone involved.
Yeah.
We've just got one thing left to do, David Tuckman, but what a thing it is that we have left.
Yeah, it's the thing that everybody is talking about everywhere, anywhere. Some people say that it might replace the Canadian Thanksgiving. That's right. It's the Wheel of Justice spin, guys. And if you don't know what we're talking about, well, just hold on to your hat because this is super exciting. 2 people are going to win $109 tickets. If you want to know how to get on this wheel, well, your Twitch points get you on this wheel. You can get on next week. You can't get on now. And we're going to give away 2 $109 tickets. Are you ready, Nick?
Yes, winners must be in chat to claim their prize. If you enter next week's, you must be in chat to claim your prize. The Wheel of Poker Justice spins and only lands on people that have been good this week. It never lies. Spin the wheel! And initiate the ludicrously loud siren. That's what's going to start the mudslide, if I'm honest.
Watch it, brother. Oh.
Yeah.
I was about to say that to you.
Yeah, you see, that's how it works. Very tightly scripted show.
Yeah.
Watch it, brother. Are you watching it as in the stream? Because if you are, you've won. If you're not, you haven't.
Yeah, we've done this before. It is very painful.
E. It's
Boom!
good enough for me.
E is exactly what we need. We're looking for E's, folks. Watch It Brother's here. Congratulations, Watch It Brother. You, my friend, that just won a $109 ticket. Let's do it again, Nick. It was fun the first time.
Strong agree. Respin the wheel of Poker Justice. See how fast the bastard turns. It only lands on people that have been good this week. Is that you? It's you if your name is Garika. Garika 90. If you're in the chat, you have won. Are you here?
They've got to be here. Friend of the chat, Garika 90. They're almost definitely here. They are here. Yes. $109 ticket headed to you. As always, make sure your whispers are not set to private so Lime Ricky, our amazing moderator, can get you your ticket. And what a day. I want to congratulate Brown Britt for winning. Again, they banked the Sunday Mystery Bounty $55 just a month ago for $5,200. Today, they win nearly $10,000.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome
really
stuff.
good stuff. Congratulations. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, great to watch and good luck if you're still in the free roll.
Yes, good luck to those of you in the free roll. Congratulations to those of you $109 tickets. If you did not win today, don't worry. We're back next week with more giveaways. Make sure you join us. For Lime, for Wendy, for everybody at 88 Poker and Nick Wealthall, of course, I am David Tuckman. Good night.
Good night.